Well, we don't want the water to just flow out of there and go away. We want to collect that water, and so we're going to put a tank there.
Howdy doodle 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 do. Howdy doodle 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 do.
Howdy everybody. I'm out here in front of the greenhouse getting ready to begin a new project, actually a very big project on the farm, and that is to give us some water security on the farm. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that we have a policy here that we never build a structure if we don't also collect water off the roof of it. And that's the case here with the greenhouse. It's the case with our home. It's the case with the chicken house. It's the case with the shack here. We put a new roof on the shack just so that we could collect water off the top of it. So we're very much into collecting rainwater. And you might say, well, you're in the tropics, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Well, guess what? We do, because of global warming and climate change. Our climate here in Matagalpa, Nicaragua, has changed drastically in just the last 10 years. I mean, really, really drastically. To the point where we get, I don't know, maybe half, maybe even less than half the rainfall that we used to get. The temperatures are much higher. The average temperatures are much higher. So we're dealing with that. I don't want to wait until it's a crisis. I want to deal with it now when we have an opportunity to do some things. So this is the beginning part of it. And what we're going to do is put a bunch of water tanks where we're collecting rainwater, harvesting rainwater, and storing some of that rainwater in tanks. And one of those is off the roof of the greenhouse here. So I want to show you where we're going to do it and how I'm going to be working to prepare the area to receive the tank today, and probably another day too. So let me just show you that. Okay, so you can see on the roof of the greenhouse, we have everything set up so that all the water goes to this one corner here. And you can see where the pipe's coming out, and it comes all the way down. Well, we don't want the water to just flow out of there and go away. We want to collect that water, and so we're going to put a tank there. And so the tank is going to go somewhere down here. And so I'm going to measure right now where we can actually locate the tank. Okay, so the tank that we want to get is a pretty big one. It holds, I haven't decided yet, it's either going to hold 10,000 or 5,000 liters. But the diameter of that tank, of either one of them, it doesn't matter, one of them is half the height of the other, is 2.32 meters. Let's go ahead and take a measurement here and see what it looks like at 2.32 meters out from here. Here's 2. And so the tank has to occupy a space that is, 2.32 meters this way, but also 2.32 this way. And so where the center point is going to be is very important. So I have to determine that, and I'm going to work on that right now. Okay, the center point is kind of a trial and error thing, and I'm going to start by orienting it toward the corner of the building here. So half of 2.32 is 1.16. So I'm going to measure 1.16 meters out from the corner here. 1.16 is right here. And I'm just going to take this stake that the construction workers use. I'm just going to take that stake that the construction workers use and kind of pound it in there for a minute as a placeholder. Because now we know that if this was the center point, then the edge of the tank would be right here where my hand is. Okay. So, but is there enough room over here to accommodate that? We know that there's enough room this way to accommodate it. So let's look and see what happens when we go 1.16 this way. And we're right here. And that looks like it'll do it. We can use the corner as the starting point for this. Okay, so now the big question is, are we going to use a 10,000 liter tank or a 5,000 liter tank? And that really depends on whether the height of the greenhouse here will accommodate the 10,000 liter tank. Now the 10,000 liter tank is 2.83 meters tall. I don't know whether you could see this very well, but I have the tape measure right here, and it's connected up to the top of the eaves there, and goes all the way down to here. This is exactly 3 meters. Now I said the height of the big tank is 2.83. So, oh look, here's Orion. Here's Orioncito. Hi, Orion. Orion likes to be pampered, like all dogs, and I enjoy doing that with him too. Okay, Orioncito. What you'd say in North America is Orion. Orion in Spanish. Okay? Okay, Orion? So, this is a little too close for comfort for me, to have the tank being almost right up against the eaves there at the top of the tank. I don't like that, so I think we're going to go with the shorter one that's 5,000 liters, and then if we have to add another one, we can do it right next to it here if we have to. Now the next step here, let's take this down because it's going to fall. So the next step here is we have to have a level surface for the tank to go in here, and so I'm going to begin the process of leveling this. Now I'm not going to do anything fancy right now because it doesn't really call for it. All I'm going to do is eyeball it, and then I'll do the fancy construction way of making sure that everything's the way it's supposed to be, and all of the corners, and we'll use the Pythagorean theorem and all of that to do that. But to get started, I don't have to do all of that because I could see with my own eye that it's not level. This is much higher up here than it is down here, and so we have to cut some of this out of here. So I can do that right now. And I have my trusty bar, which we use this bar here in Nicaragua instead of, and people use a pickaxe here, but this is the more common thing to use, this big bar here, and it works really well. And so I'm going to, it gives you a very good exercise too. Now over Over here with the chicken house, when they built the chicken house, I had them build a cement platform for a water tank. Unfortunately, the construction guys that built that completely screwed up the angles of the eaves, the canals that carry the water, and I had to do the whole thing all over again. But actually, the better system for the tanks is not a cement platform. Now, why is that? Well, the problem with the cement platform is that it doesn't adjust. You know, once it's there, it's there. And you can have the cement can crack. You can have some uneven settling of the ground here, which means that you're stuck. The only way you can fix it is to go in and break up all the cement and make another one. So the better way to do it, according to the people that sell the tanks, is to do it with crushed stone. Crushed stone. And cinder, you know, cement blocks and crushed stone in there. And then if you get settling, it's very easy. You empty the water tank. When the water tank is empty, then you can you know, fix it, and it's okay. So we're going to go with that method. But for right now, I'm just breaking up some of this ground because I already know that it's this part of it is going to have to go down. So I just wanted to give a flavor for what I'm going to be doing in the next couple days to get this ready to receive the tank. I have the crushed stone already. It's in here in the greenhouse. So all we have to do is get a level surface with a diameter of 2.32 meters in both directions, north and south, east and west, and then have the crushed stone in there. So I'm going to stop here. If these videos are useful to you and helpful in any way, please consider clicking the like button. That helps me a great deal with YouTube. And if you like the channel, you like the material that we're producing here, please hit the subscribe button. And that also obviously helps too. So I'll see you on the next video.